Hello students, welcome to part 4 of this chapter surface chemistry. So it is the part 4. In the earlier video, I explained about colloids, what is meant by colloids, classification of colloids, classification of colloids, classification of colloids. Here are three types A, B and C. So A, based on physical state, colloids are classified into total 8 types. Based on interactions or forces between dispersed phase and dispersed medium, 2 types, that is lyophilic soles, lyophobic soles, 2 types colloids. Next one, based on particles, that means dispersed phase particles, colloids are classified into 3 types: multimolecular, macromolecular and micelles. So this classification explained in the last class. Now in today's class I am going to explain about preparation of colloids. Preparation of colloids. This is one topic. After preparation, purification of colloids. Purification of colloids. So in this class I am going to discuss about preparation of colloids, purification of colloids. There are 3 methods are there to prepare colloids. First method is chemical methods to prepare colloids. Second one, electrical disintegration method. It is also known as Briggs arc method. Third method is peptidation. So for preparing preparation of colloids, there are 3 methods. Chemical methods. In chemical methods, again 4 types of reactions are there: double decomposition, oxidation, reduction, hydrolysis. Electrical disintegration method, third one is peptidation. This is topic 1. And the topic 2 is purification of colloids. After preparation, colloids can be purified by method called dialysis. There is another method called electrodialysis. And the third method to purify colloids is ultrafiltration. So in colloids, one topic is about classification, that is already over. In today's class, now I am going to explain about preparation of colloids and purification of colloids. After that, next topic is there, that is properties of colloids, applications of colloids around us. That one you will see later. Now preparation of colloids. Already I told there are 3 types of methods. First one is chemical method. Colloidal solutions can be prepared by chemical reactants, leading to formation of molecules. By that reaction may be double decomposition, that reaction may be oxidation reaction, reduction reaction, hydrolysis reaction. Already told there are three chemical methods there. Methods of preparation are there. A, B, C. A is chemical method. In A again 4 sub methods are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the first one? Double decomposition. It is the chemical reaction involved is double decomposition. You can see here AS2O3. AS2O3 is treated with H2S. It gives AS2S3 Sol plus H2O. Here arsenic oxide, arsenic with oxygen, hydrogen with sulfur. You can see in product side these interchanged, double decomposition. AS2S3 is product. Here H2S, so one more product is H2O. In these two products, this AS2S3 is colloid, Sol. A colloidal Sol of arsenious sulfide, that means AS2S3. A colloidal Sol of arsenious sulfide is obtained by passing hydrogen sulfide into a solution of arsenious oxide. That means arsenious oxide is treated with hydrogen sulfide to give arsenious sulfide Sol. So what type of reaction this one is? A double decomposition reaction. Double decomposition reaction. So colloids can be prepared by chemical methods, namely double decomposition reaction. You can see second method, it is oxidation reaction. Here SO2 is treated with H2S. S is formed. Sulfur Sol is formed. Sulfur Sol. You can see H2S is converted into S. Here removal of hydrogen takes place. Removal of hydrogen is, what is the reaction? Oxidation. A colloidal solution of sulfur can be obtained by passing hydrogen sulfide into a solution of sulfur dioxide in water or through a solution of an oxidizing agent. So this compound sulfur Sol. So preparation of sulfur Sol by oxidation method. Preparation of arsenious sulfide Sol by double decomposition reaction. It is a double decomposition reaction. Sulfur SO2 plus H2S gives S plus H2O. This reaction is oxidation. Next one we will see third method. Third chemical method is reduction. Fourth one is hydrolysis. Reduction. You can see here AuCl3 is converted into Au. In AuCl3, what is the oxidation number of gold? Plus 3. Here oxidation number of gold is 0. Plus 3 is converted into 0. That means decrease in oxidation number. Decrease in oxidation number. The reaction with decrease in oxidation number is called reduction. So it is a reduction process in which this gold Sol is formed. Here product is gold Sol. In first case arsenious sulfide, gold Sol is formed. In first method arsenious sulfide Sol. In the oxidation method sulfur Sol. In the reduction method gold Sol. Now we will see the fourth chemical method, that is hydrolysis. This method is used to prepare hydroxides. This method is used to prepare hydroxide. You can see here this hydroxide is ferric hydroxide Sol. Ferric hydroxide Sol. Hydrolysis method is used to prepare hydroxide Sol like ferric hydroxide sol, and oxides of weakly electropositive metals, oxides also you can prepare by this hydrolysis method. A red sol of ferric hydroxide is obtained by the hydrolysis of ferric chloride. On hydrolysis, you will get red colored ferric hydroxide sol. This preparation of hydroxide sol, it is there in our practical syllabus also. Preparation of sulfur sol, preparation of ferric hydroxide sol. These four are the chemical methods. Now second category B, electrical disintegration method or Briggs arc method. This is a special method. In last class I told Leophobic sols can be prepared by the special methods. By the special methods. So it is one of the special method, Briggs arc method. It is used to prepare Leophobic sol like gold sol. You can see here gold sol, silver sol, platinum sol. These are Leophobic sols. These type of Leophobic sols can be prepared by Briggs arc method. So in this method, an electric arc is struck between electrodes of the metal immersed in the dispersion medium. You can see here, this is a solvent dispersion medium. It is a dispersion medium. In this dispersion medium, here two electrodes, it is positively charged electrode, two negatively charged electrodes. Electrodes are immersed. Dispersion medium is there. We want to prepare colloid. Colloid contains two pages. One is dispersion medium, another one is dispersed page. Here we are taken dispersion medium here. Now where is this dispersed phase? In this picture, dispersed phase is this electrode only. This electrode is a dispersed phase. Suppose you take gold rod AU. So these gold rods, in this method, an electric arc is struck between electrodes of the metal immersed in the dispersion medium. These gold rods, you are heating by applying electric field by using this arc. Your arc will develop, heating, temperature will increase. The intense heat produced by the arc, vaporizes the metal. It is solid is there. Here this gold sol, some particles will vaporize, but it is surrounded by ice bath. It is ice bath. So that's why immediately that vaporized particle will condense, which then condenses to form particles of colloidal size. Indirectly, this type of gold rod is there. From gold rod, this type of small particle will enter into this dispersion medium. So finally, it is a mixture of this gold particles and dispersion medium. That means colloid is formed. So this colloid is prepared by using electrical disintegration method or Briggs arc method. Once again I will explain. In this method, an electric arc is struck between electrodes of the metal immersed in the dispersion medium. So here plus and minus electrodes with some metal electrodes. So because of this electrodes, here intense heat produced. Because of this heat, the arc vaporizes the metal. That vapors again will condense because of this ice bath. So that particles will present along with the dispersion medium, and finally sols of metals are formed. Examples for this is gold sol, silver soul and platinum soul. So generally this method is used to prepare leophobic soles. Now third method is peptization. Peptization. So this word is new for you. Peptization. The process of converting a precipitate into a colloidal sole by shaking it with the dispersion medium in the presence of small amount of electrolyte is called peptization. Simply I will tell you, take one precipitate. This precipitate is converted into colloid. This process is called peptization. The conversion of a precipitate into a colloid by adding, not simply precipitate won't give colloid, by adding some suitable electrolyte, by the addition of electrolyte. So the conversion of a precipitate into a colloid by the addition of small amount of electrolyte is called peptization. Now what is the role of this electrolyte? This electrolyte used is called peptizing agent. So here peptization is one definition. Second definition is peptizing agent. Peptizing agent. So what is peptization? The conversion of precipitate into a colloid by the addition of small amount of electrolyte is called peptization. In next class one topic will come, there colloid is converted into precipitate. Reverse process. Colloid is converted into precipitate. This process is called coagulation. Here peptization means formation of colloid from precipitate. So the process of converting a precipitate into a colloidal sole by shaking with dispersion medium in the presence of small amount of electrolyte is called peptization. The electrolyte used is called peptizing agent. This method is used to convert a freshly prepared precipitate into a colloidal sole. So this one, what is going on inside you will see. During peptization, you take here one substance, by mixing some solutions you got some precipitate. This is some precipitate. So here precipitate means, what is precipitate? Insoluble solid is called precipitate. Here dispersion medium already there, dispersion medium is there. So it is insoluble solid precipitate, freshly prepared precipitate. During peptization, the precipitate absorbs on one of the electrolyte on its surface. For this you are adding some electrolyte, A plus B minus. So this precipitate absorbs either A or B. Because of this absorption of ions, this causes, here the precipitate absorbs one of the ion, positive ion, plus. Because of this absorption, this molecular size will increase and automatically it splits into small molecules. So in the range of colloidal range. So during peptization, the precipitate absorbs one of the electrolyte ion, of the electrolyte on its surface. This causes the development of either positive or negative charge on the precipitate, which ultimately break off into smaller particles of the size of colloid. Precipitate size is greater than the size of colloidal particle. This precipitate further size increased because of adsorption. After that it will split and gives particles of colloidal size. This method is peptidation method, third method. So with this 3 methods of preparation completed. Now I will explain about purification of colloids. Purification of colloids. You see here the process used for reducing the amount of impurities to a requisite minimum is known as purification of colloidal solution. In earlier slide you seen by using chemical method or by using Bredig arc method or by using peptidation you prepared some colloid. That colloid may contain impurities. We want colloid with less number of impurities or colloid with no impurities. So you want to reduce that impurities. This process is called purification of colloidal solutions. The process used for reducing the amount of impurities to a requisite minimum is known as purification of colloidal solution. The purification of colloidal solution is carried out by the following methods. I already told you there are 3 methods are there. One is dialysis, second one is electrodialysis, third one is ultrafiltration. There are 3 methods to use to purify colloids. 3 ways to prepare colloids. 3 purification methods, 3 methods of preparation. So now you see dialysis. You may heard about this word dialysis for kidney patients. So same technique here also there. It is a process of removing a dissolved substance from a colloidal solution. It is a colloidal solution. This colloid is at present, this colloid is impure colloid because it contains some dissolved impurities are there here, dissolved impurities. So this colloid is taken in a membrane, dialyzing membrane. It is a membrane. So it is a process of removing a dissolved substance here. This impure colloid, it is a crystalloid, impure colloid contains some dissolved substance. You want to reduce that amount. So that's why here you have to run water from this side, inside. It will go flow inside into this bag, membrane bag. So by the flow of this water, the size of that impurities will become less. So that impurities will come outside, soil particles. So water plus crystalloid. So here you are sending only water. You will get water plus crystalloid. So that means impurities. You will get impurities, total impurities will come outside in the form of small particles. So this process is called dialysis. But dialysis is a slow process. Dialysis is a slow process. So what is dialysis? It is a process of removing a dissolved substance from a colloidal solution by means of diffusion through a suitable membrane. Here for diffusion, which one you are sending? You are running flow of current of water is there. So by the flow of water, the small impurities will come through membrane and you will get pure colloid, but it is a slow process. That's why you will prepare second method, that is electrodialysis. The movement of this is electrodialysis because dialysis is a slow process. The movement of the ions across the membrane can be enhanced, that means increased Movement increased by applying electric potential across the electrodes. So same here also it is a membrane cellophane bag is taken. Electrodes arranged, extra arrangement in this one is electrodes. Water inlet, water outlet. So here impure colloid, impurities are there. So the movement of colloid impurities will become more by applying electric potential. So that's why it is called electrodialysis. Electrodialysis. So this is second method of purification. Third method of purification is ultrafiltration. Ultrafiltration. You know filter papers, normal filter papers, that technique is called filtration. So by using ultrafilter paper, this same technique, it is called ultrafiltration. In this method, colloidal salts are filtered through graded filter called ultrafilters. These filters allow the electrolytes to pass through but not the colloidal particles. Here I will explain in different normal notation. It is funnel. You take some normal filter paper. It is some solution here. You pour some solution. True solution. It is a true solution. This filter paper is normal filter paper. So through solution that normal through filter paper, normal filter paper, all the solution will come here. You will get only solution. You cannot separate solvent and solute by using normal filtration. In the same way, you replace this normal filter paper with ultrafilter paper. By using ultrafilter paper also, if you pass solution, you will get only solution. You cannot separate solvent and solute by using ultrafiltration also. So by using filtration and by using ultrafiltration, you cannot separate solute and solvent. But in case of colloid, that dispersed phase and dispersion medium cannot be separated by filtration, can be separated by ultrafiltration. Colloid, both dispersed phase and dispersion medium can be separated by ultrafiltration. Same technique you are using. You are sending here. It is ultrafiltration. How you will get this ultrafilter paper? From normal filter paper. So it is normal filter paper. In normal filter paper, the pore size is little bit bigger. So that's why these both solution will pass through these pores and colloids also will pass through these pores because of pore size is more. But in ultrafilter paper, the size of pores is very small. So through this small pores size, solution, in solution you know particle size is less than nanometer. So solution particles will pass through this small pores from ultrafilter paper. But colloidal size particle is little bigger. So here colloidal particle will stop in this ultrafilter. Only you will get only dispersion medium. Dispersed phase particles are settled near this ultrafilter paper because of small pores. How this small pores came? This normal filter papers are impregnated with 4% solution of nitrocellulose. 4% solution of nitrocellulose in a mixture of alcohol and ether. This is called collodion solution. Collodion solution. So normal filter paper is impregnated with collodion solution. You will get ultra filter paper. What is this collodion solution? It is 4% solution of nitrocellulose in a mixture of alcohol and ether. So in normal filter paper, both solution and colloidal particles will pass because of pore size is more, but in ultra filter paper, because of small pore size, big colloidal particles will stop here, only dispersion medium. So after ultrafiltration, you can separate dispersed phase and dispersion medium. So this dispersed phase, again you can mix with pure dispersion medium, you will get pure colloid. Pure colloid. This technique is called ultrafiltration. So three methods of purification: dialysis, electrodialysis and ultrafiltration. So this is about preparation of colloids and purification of colloids. In the next class, I will explain about properties of colloids. Okay, thank you.